Welcome to the Evaluations module, Senate Bill 364, an overview of changes to the law that includes evaluations. In this brief module, you'll get an outline of the changes made to the bill known as Senate Bill, or SB 364, passed by the Georgia Senate and signed into law by the Governor on May 3, 2016. Click the hyperlink, shown in blue, to visit a website with specific details on the bill. You may also pause the screencast at any time to reflect on the information. Hit play again to resume listening. We know that Cobb is the best place to teach, lead, and learn. We're dedicated to our district priorities, including simplifying our foundation for teaching and learning in order to prepare for innovation and to use data to make decisions. Our commitment to our district priorities extends to the work done in evaluations also. Effective evaluation helps identify district and professional expectations for student growth, teacher proficiency, and overall instructional excellence in every one of our Cobb classrooms. In the 2016-17 school year, Senate Bill 364 officially takes effect. The bill modifies the state evaluation system, known as Teacher Keys Effectiveness System, or Teacher Keys, and the Leader Keys Effectiveness System, or Leader Keys. These anticipated changes modify and improve the evaluation process, reducing testing in part that resulted from student learning objectives, or SLOs. Here are some of the other important details to note about the legislation. Teacher Keys will still rely on the same 10 performance standards. The number of required observations changes for teachers with 3 or more successful years of teaching experience, down from 6 observations. Starting next year, those teachers will use a tiered model, requiring only 2 30-minute formative observations in Cobb. The orientation, familiarization, self-assessment, pre-mid-year, and summative conferences all remain. The state's electronic platform, which houses the evaluation system, will still be in place, but will store less information and require fewer components because of the reduced amount of requirements. For example, surveys of instructional practice will no longer be required. A teacher's notification and access to each observation now must come within 10 working days. The Teacher Assessment on Performance Standards, or TAPS, will be worth 70% of a teacher's overall evaluation. 50% from the legally mandated calculation for teacher evaluations and observation, and in Cobb, an additional 20% will also be based on TAPS. Flexibility allows our district to use the additional 20% to best benefit our teachers. 30% of the evaluation calculation will come from student growth. It's important to note that the data collected from any student growth measure will not officially impact the teacher evaluation until 2017-18, that school year at the earliest. That means this coming school year's evaluation tool will rely entirely on the TAPS again. The legislation also offers more flexibility in how the student growth measure can be determined for students of non-tested subjects. As a result, there might be an alternative to SLOs for some of our grade levels or courses. Currently, the Cobb County School District is working to develop a more flexible plan for measuring student growth within a framework of consistency. Before a final plan is developed, local school leaders and teacher representatives will be asked to provide feedback this summer on various alternatives to the student growth measure for teachers of non-tested subjects. Teachers of tested subjects will continue to have their student growth measure calculated through the milestones, but the total percentage for student growth for both teachers of tested and teachers of non-tested subjects has been reduced from 50 to 30%. Also note, tested teachers are now called SGP teachers, or student growth percentile teachers. The enrollment measure is gone too, replaced by 90% attendance, and there will be no roster verification in the platform. For leaders and in the Leader Keys effectiveness system, the 8 standards, the Leader Assessment on Performance Standards, or LAPS, and the process of evaluation all remain the same. 30% of the calculation will come from evaluations, observations, and standards of practice. 40% will be based on student growth and come from the school score on annual state assessments. School climate will count for 10%, and the data will come from the CCRPI Star Climate Rating. The final 20% will be comprised of a combination of CCRPI, gap reduction, and beat the odds data, but no district decision has been yet made about the specific percentages. The changes to the legislation are still very new, and as with many details still unknown, clarification and final decisions will be made before the official launch of the 16-17 school year and communicated so everyone understands the made in Cobb decisions that are best for our teachers, leaders, and students. Under the leadership of our board, our superintendent, and with input from teachers and leaders, the right choices will be made for Cobb County schools and in place for when you return from summer break. The law now recognizes the need for greater flexibility at the district level to support choices that are right for Cobb schools. The law now recognizes and celebrates excellent teaching. If you have questions and the Cobb County School District Office of Evaluations can help, please call Evaluations using the phone number on your screen or visit the website for more information. Click the hyperlink in blue to go there directly. Together, we're a team dedicated to the success of all students through goals that support their academic excellence and aspirations, making Cobb the best place to teach, lead, and learn. Thank you for your service this year and for all of your hard work. Have a great summer.